Hello, my great and wonderful people. How on a day today? I hope all of una day well. Today, before we go on to wetin dey happen today, one first of all use this minute to say a very big happy new month to each and every one of you. As you enter this month of October, God will favor you and man will favor you. And I pray, say anything when you don't struggle for, right from January to this month, you will find grace to help in time of your need in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. All right, without we not waste any of our time, we'll quickly rush enter the first update when we get. Again, for the second time, the U.S. courts don't give matching order to the Chicago State University to release all the credentials of Bola Tinibu to Atiku Abubakar. It get the reason why say we they carry this news, they come listen to us. When Ibise we come across this news, we don't see how Ibise, a lot of people take they celebrate this victory. See, finally, they want to know the inner outs of the academic record of Bola Tinubu, in as much as the U.S. courts don't give the final order to Atiku Abubakar to go ahead to collect everything. But there is something when it say it they bother us. Why it say will they bring this news to you now? Listen to us. Not they surprised, see, this 2nd of October, which is this Monday, so see they release this document, see everything they in order. Not they surprised. You know why? Because since when it say that they do all this delay tactics ever since, nothing say Bola Tinubu and his own people, they keep quiet. I bet listen to us. I know a lot of people they talk and say US not be Nigeria. They not fit do anything. Wait to listen. Nobody, no country for this earth going to be said they not fit manipulate in as much as you agree to their own terms and conditions. The reason why EBC, France, Italy, and United States of America agreed to enter Libya to go fight Gaddafi, not because of say they love the people when EBC did there. Now because of say they feel meet up to their own terms and conditions and they know waiting they will benefit. And remember, the reason why EBC, this white nation or this Western world, not they against any African leader when they say they mislead their people. Now, because they know, say, through that very leader, then they serve the benefits. If America not stand against Bola Tinubu after all the criminal record when they say he get for America, they watch him, they even congratulate him when EBC they thought say he win the election. You think say they never put terms and conditions for Bola Tinubu? No believe say these people they want me we really dey free. They know say any leader when be say he will lead us for them to have their way. Now if they need, not believe that when be say it will make Africa see lights. So the reason why they say will they bring this very issue or will they sound this warning? Not this surprise tomorrow. Say they bring everything come outside, say everything they correct. And if it they correct, no say Bola Tinubu and these people don't undergo some kind of surgical action, terms and condition. When it be say yes, it will allow Bola Tinubu to remain as the president of Nigeria, whereas agreement day when it be say they will use Bola Tinubu as a puppet to access Nigeria mineral resources. And remember, if that agreement come or it happen, not before only 1 year or 2 years, they fit even put on for the 8 years when it be said they will manage this man for that very position. And una will fit ask now, wetin America will need for Nigeria? You dey joke? Na joke you dey. And not equally forget, say, the state when be say, Bola Tinubu dey now, he ready to offer anything for am not to see shame. So may we not too much rejoice. Say they want finally open the bag when it be say it contain worms of Bola Tinubu. Say they will release all those documents. You will find error. If you find error, to God be the glory. But not let them surprise you, say at the end, say you not too much find any error. Because one or two things don't shift position. I just discern my own warning ahead of time. Any moment from now, you will see the one after the other. And again, the reason why I say that they take us like this now, because of they know say we are not proactive. We're not they proactive. As they turn out to us, now so we they follow them, they believe say yes, everything really they all right. Abi? Okay. After that very one, we'll leave you to share your own opinion with us in the comment section. The next video going to be say one quickly make you watch. Now the video going to be say it concern this the president of TWO, Trade World Organization. This woman come outside for this video to review some certain things concerning the Southeast. I beg, I want make una pay attention to this woman, Ugozi Ukoji Iwela. Hear wetin e talk concerning the situation when it be say it dey break everywhere down for the Southeast. I'll come back for more.
Start by congratulating you on this extraordinary gathering of Southeast leaders coming together to consider the economic and social development of the region. I would say it's about time. Difficult times warrant extraordinary measures. Nigeria is going through tough economic times in a context in which the world itself is facing multiple crises and uncertainties, whilst at the same time changing rapidly. If today's initiative or gathering succeeds and delivers concrete results, then I hope it will be the start of a journey to improve the lives of the more than 23 million people who live in Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, and Enugu and Imo states. And it could do much more than that. I'm convinced that a re-dynamized Southeast has the potential to become a beacon of development, good governance, and stability in our country. A re-dynamized Southeast can give our young men and women hope and make them feel part of the changing, digitizing world. It will minimize their desire to undertake dangerous journeys in the Sahara Desert or Mediterranean Sea. But to give hope, we must grapple with and fully own our own problems, whilst looking to the many available solutions. The Southeast has so many talents and opportunities, and I think we can plan how to exploit them all to the benefit of the region and its people. On our challenges, I'm sure you expect me to mention the big gaps in infrastructure and services. Yes, that is a challenge, and we'll come to that. But I don't think it is our biggest challenge. Our biggest challenge in the Southeast is ourselves. Allow me to speak frankly. We have too often been our own worst enemies. We have allowed ourselves to be divided. We've lost focus and lost sight of our biggest assets, namely a sense of community and mutual support. We no longer have solidarity. Instead, we have fragmented as a people. And that has made us forget how to work with each other. We don't support each other. Instead, we attack and undermine each other. We're too individualistic. And individualism can be good, but not when we need to come together as one to enable us deliver. But there's a bright side to this challenge. If our big problem is ourselves, it means that the solutions also lie in our hands. If we can build a sense of common purpose and cohesion, we can solve the other problems. To do this, we need to exercise joint leadership, and that is precisely why it is so important that you're taking this step today. Our other big challenge is security. This has arisen partly from our fragmentation. Insecurity in our region is sending the wrong signals about whether one can invest in the Southeast. I want to commend the governors on the recent progress on this front, including mobilizing the NSA and the federal government to assist. The lesson for us is clear. You cannot have development without security, and you cannot have security without development, and to have both, you need good governance. Sustained growth and development are impossible amid repeated sit-at-home orders from one or the other group. To take this region forward, the security problem needs to be solved. The federal government is obviously an important player here, But there is much to be done at the state level, and that is why I commend your leadership as our governors. I hope that the relative calm returning will become the norm. We also have to admit that the governance of our states can be stronger and deliver more. After all, we are Ndibo, and we should hold ourselves to a higher standard that delivers more for our people. In that context, it is important to pay attention to our fiscal performance. There's a very good report on the state of states by the CSO organization called Budget that ranks all 36 states in terms of various aspects of fiscal performance: dependence on FAC allocation, growth of internally generated revenue, spending on capital projects versus recurrent expenditures, level of indebtedness, etc. The 2022 edition of the report shows that while our states are not doing too badly compared to others on many of these indicators, in fact, Ebonyi ranks consistently among the top 10 in all the indicators, while Anambra ranks among the top 10 in 3 of the indicators. But our states are not doing too well either. We need to do better on internally generated revenue. We need to keep our borrowing down and improve our capital expenditures. Governors, state legislators, and local government chairs must continuously ask themselves, are we using our FAC allocation wisely, transparently, and effectively? Can we generate more revenue internally, and how do we do it while still motivating our productive sectors and factors? Are we taking on too much debt? Are we even spending the amounts borrowed effectively? What can we do to improve our spending on capital projects? Keeping these questions constantly in your mind, something I did when I was a finance minister at the federal level, helps ensure that state and local government monies are channeled in directions that truly deliver for people. We know that one of the biggest challenges that we have is infrastructure. We alluded to that earlier. Specifically, access to electricity and good roads are vital to future progress. People will say that it's largely a federal government responsibility, and yes, to a great extent this is true. But there is much the states can do. We have federal roads and we have state roads. The federal government has privatized electricity generation and distribution, yet things have not really improved as much as we would like because of discontinuities in the system. But I see this privatization as an opportunity Southeasterners can seize to improve the situation in the region. One of our foremost citizens, Professor Barton Naji, has already shown what one man's ingenuity and drive can do. He may not have got it all right, but he has shown how we can try to solve some of our problems in the power sector. Now that the world is moving to renewables because of climate change, we also have the opportunity to move to off-grid solar solutions for our rural areas, while still looking to see how we use our gas for urban and industrial purposes.
All right, my great and wonderful people, I believe say una don't hear everything when it be said this woman talk. It get one thing when it be said this woman make mention of from the beginning of the whole speech when it be say it draw our attention when it make us carry this video come. One, where it be said this woman for talk said the major problem when the South is gets not be all these things when it be said that they try to pick points. We know say the federal government of Nigeria now one of the problem. We understand. Say these rules when it be said they don't set right from the beginning of this amalgamation of these nations together. Say they don't already decide. Say they not will ever allow the Southeasterners to rule Nigeria. We know all those things they on ground. But the main major issue when it be say it dey na it be the division when it be say it dey among the Southeasterners. We dey see and say this one na my own, that one not be my own. It concern and it not concern me. Wetin dey worry and not dey worry me. Now it be the main major problem. Why it be say you dey see and say that decision when it be say they make say none of the Southeastern person will lead this nation Nigeria when it be say it still dey stand. Now because of the main unity not dey there. You will see and say any figurehead when the BC is supposed to stand out for the Southeast, the rest no will work with them. The one when the say yes, the rest will work with them, you will see and say, go to the top, he will go betray his own people. He sell his own people out for others. See Nnamdi Kanu, just ordinary Biafra when they say they fight for. You know how many people, Southeasterners, they fight Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You know how many? We know they talk about the Fulani now. We know they talk about the Yoruba. Southeasterners, you know how many? Just because of say they see and say na leader. They no want make it stand there. They want make them themselves. They bear that name leader. How many? How people will take respect una? How people will take see una as people want to be say yes in me business? How people will take see una as a reliable person? When they say you feel easily set out your brother. People always talk and say, person, a man or a woman, when they say if he set out his own brother, now outside and now you know what he say. You are not trustworthy. Now, so if you say your brother, which you say me, when they say they talk to you, so if you get opportunity, go send me over and over again. All right, my great and wonderful people. Now, so talk on it concerning this matter. We'll leave you to share your own opinion with us on the comment section. Even as we draw the line of this very broadcast here, we'll see you again when we see you. Remember, we love you all. Bye-bye.